I've been by the deathbed of many people in the past year since I became a pastor, and I've seen many people pass away. And I'm telling you, when you have a loved one or a family member, church family, or someone you know that knows Jesus, there's just something different in the room, something different in the room. My papa, on January 5th, 2004, turned 80 years old. This was 20 years ago. And my papa on that day was at Wake Medical Center in Raleigh, North Carolina. His heart function was very small. He had a DNR, a do not resuscitate. I had gone back to work from being on Christmas holiday break. I was not pastoring at the time. I was working in pharmaceuticals at the time. I came back to work and I went to lunch that day, came back from lunch, and I saw I had a message on my phone at my desk at work. I retrieved the message. It was my mom, and she said, "Brian, your papa had an experience today. Give me a call when you have a chance." So I called my mom up and I said, "What's going on with papa? Is papa okay? Well, what's up with papa?" And she told me what had happened. Now listen to what I'm about to say. Please listen to me. My church family knows this. I just shared it the other week and I shared it before as well. But to those who never heard this story, please lean in. I want you to hear this, okay? My papa on that day, on January 5th, 2004, his 80th birthday, his heart stopped beating. All the instruments in the room began to go off, and the medical professionals rush in, the nurses, the doctors rush in. But remember, there's a DNR. And they're watching my papa lying there, lifeless. Beep! My papa is leaving this earth. My mom and dad are there. My grandmother's there. My aunt and uncle are there. My other aunt is there and uncle. They're all in attendance watching what is happening. And these nurses and doctors are there watching as well. My papa's eyes were now set. Drool began to drain from his lips. And papa began to change colors. 3 minutes have passed. 3.5 minutes has passed. My papa was in heaven. That's what people were saying right then and there as my mom and dad are all gathered. They were crying because my papa was leaving this earth. But all of a sudden, my papa, who was lying in that bed horizontal, leans up in that bed. He has his hands lifted towards heaven like this right here, okay? And he's speaking in a heavenly language that we don't know, speaking in other tongues, speaking in a heavenly language. Keep in mind, doctors are there, nurses are there. They're seeing all this happening right now. And he's speaking in this heavenly language with his hands raised towards heaven, his eyes raised towards heaven, speaking. And then all of a sudden, after a few moments, he begins to speak in English again. And as he begins to speak in English, he then looks to my family that is right there in that room at Wake Med. They're in Raleigh, North Carolina. And he says to everyone, he said, "Children, I've been talking with the Master." Wow. That was on January 5th, 2004. He had been with Jesus. And then 3 days later, January the 8th, 2004, my papa crossed over into heaven. What's my point? God gave my papa a glimpse of what was yet to come. My papa saw something that I've not seen with these eyes. My papa saw something beyond this world. God gave him just a taste of what was yet to come. And all those individuals in attendance, those doctors and those nurses, they saw and they heard a man of God as he experienced what heaven was like. And then a few days later, he went to go be with his Creator and also his Savior. My point is this: there's a place beyond this earth. There's a real geographical location, due north. Where is that exactly? I don't know, and I'm not yet been. But by the grace of God, my mind oftentimes thinks about that beautiful, wonderful place that one day you and I will inhabit.